Well, I like the Raptors. I've liked the Raptors all year. I've liked their roster. I think from 1 through 5, they can defend. They're one of the better defensive teams, have led by Kawhi Leonard, but they're feisty at the point guard position with Kyle Lowry, Van Fleet. Danny Green is a very good defender, and Marc Gasol, awesome defender down low.
Once
Siakam,
Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, once Defensive Player of the Year, and Siakam as well. So I like that. I think that with the depth that they have and the way that they can defend, if they are able to, and it all hinges on Joel Embiid as well, his health. But I think Ben Simmons is the catalyst for it. You have to be able to keep him out of the paint. We all know he can't shoot, right? So guys have to take individual battles and win them. You're not going to be able to stop him every time from getting into the paint, but you must make it hard for him and limit that, because he is the guy that's going to get everybody going. If he gets into the paint, get some easy ones going, that's not good for your team. You want him to finish. You don't want him getting into the paint and creating for everybody else. Right. You want twos and fews for everybody else and make it hard for him. I think that offensively, Philly has guys that can win one-on-one battles, but they're ball stoppers. So everybody defensively for the Raptors will be looking at the ball as it stops, which, again, I think is a plus for the Raptors. So just for their defensive prowess, I like the Raptors.
I used to like the Sixers. I mean, Skip and I, we going back and forth. We both like the Sixers, but I think the Raptors. And I'm going to need more, because the depth is what made them so good. Because, as you mentioned, they can go 1 through 8. Van Fleet hadn't played well. Danny Green hadn't played well. Serge Ibaka, I don't know what happened to him. I mean, we take any points that he gives us, we take that as a bonus, but he hasn't been good at the defensive end. But I just believe that with Joel Embiid's help, Skip, I never know if he's going to play 20 minutes or is he going to play 30 minutes. I just can't. And with Gasol's ability to pull him away from the basket, also the ability to bang with him, because you got to bang with him, and how much and how healthy is that knee going to be? And I agree with you. I love what Philly did, Skip. Philly basically took Jimmy Butler off of Kawhi, put Ben Simmons, because he was gassed from trying to guard Kawhi, and it affected his offensive end. You see, he got away from that defensive assignment. He picked up his offensive end. But Ben Simmons, I'm doing everything. I'm building a fort like they do for Giannis. You're not getting in the paint, bro. I'm going to give you all the 6 to 18 footers you want to take. Gobble them up. But you're not getting in the paint. I'm going to take the Raptors, because the old Claw averaging 40. Jenny said he averaging 40. San Antonio could have used that, Skip, last series.
Averaging 40?
He averaging 40 points a game.
80 points.
Oh, in these games?
Yeah, averaging 40.
Averaging 40.
40.
So let me explain to our audience what just happened again. This man jumped off another bandwagon, the Philadelphia 76ers bandwagon, only because he wants to see Toronto's number 2 stick it to me and my Spurs by getting the Raptors to the NBA Finals. Am I right about that?
That might be a possibility.
That could be a possibility, because that's what's happening right now.
I'm used to that.
And here's what we saw in Game 2 at Toronto, number 2's house.
Yep.
We saw the mentally tougher team scratch and claw out a game. And it was a sight to behold, because Jimmy Butler, they acquired him to close. And did he ever close?
Yep.
Because he is the mentally toughest player to me on the entire floor. I also think Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons can come up very tough. I think they're tough kids. I like their basketball backbones. I like what they're made of. We saw Ben Simmons rise and shine in that Game 3 at Brooklyn when he had, 31? Or
with no Embiid.
9 of 11 shots and made his, I think, 9 of 11 free throws.
He did.
No Embiid that night. So, to your point, this game comes down to how painful will Joel Embiid's arthritic knee be tonight. I don't know, because he has decent days and he has a whole lot of bad days. And when he has a bad day, he's just playing on one leg.
Yep.
And he's up against this mountain of a man, this Marc Gasol. And again, he was Defensive Player of the Year in 2013, so it's been a while ago. But hey, you could make a case. But the point here is that Marc Gasol has played in a ton of playoff games, and he knows how to play, and he's smart, and he's skilled, and he is tough. So it's like double jeopardy on Joel Embiid right now, because he's fighting his own knee, and he's having to fight with Gasol in the paint.
Yes.
And it's a hard job, because he just gets in your way. He knows how to get in your way. And he must weigh, God, I don't know what he weighs.
Yeah,
That's the thing I was going to say. He
leaning
lean
on
on
you.
you, wear you down. And
he's
anytime,
not Allen from Brooklyn.
No.
No, he's not there. Anytime you getting six, Joel Embiid talking about he getting 6 treatments to try to get right, that's not a good sign.
Moving forward.
Yeah, that's not a good sign. It's only going to get worse because these games are coming. You're playing harder. You got to log minutes if you want to advance. They need him. They need him to win, and they need him to be as close to healthy as he can be.
So I must be objective about number 2 in Toronto, who quit on my Spurs last year.
Not.
He did. He flat out quit, and I will never forgive that.
Skip, stop. He didn't quit. He had
His thigh was messed up.
Yes.
Man. Everybody heals different.
He had a bruised thigh, and he's had it for 2 years, and it cost him a whole bunch of games this year in Toronto.
You'll get a Charlie
Who
horse?
knew? Yeah. Charlie horse, yeah.
Tendinosis. He had tendinosis.
Yeah.
That's the medical term, Skip.
He just quit. That's my medical term. He just quit. So here's what impresses me greatly about his first games in this series. He's made, I'm sorry, this is just for the whole playoffs.
Yeah.
He's made 20 of 43 three-point shots. He didn't do that in San Antonio. 20 of 40, so he's making 47% from the three-point line. And he's had trouble in the past because his hands are so huge that sometimes it's hard to.
Right.
LeBron has this problem at the free throw line, but it's hard to sort of get the ball set where your fingers don't curl over the ball too much and take it offline. So he is shooting at a high rate. He's even making his free throws, which he didn't use. He's 89% of free throws in the playoffs. But now, at some point in these, what I love about the NBA playoffs is it exposes your basketball character. Whoever you are, we just talked about James Harden. Who are you at heart? Because it exposes your heart to the world, does it not? Over time, as you get deeper and deeper into playoff series, you get to watch right before your very eyes on your TV screen. What is that guy really made of?
Yeah.
And so, okay, well, we'll see about that.
Yeah. Do you know how tough you got to be to have cornstrolls in the 21st century?
All right.
In the 2020s?
All right.
He got old school,
Right.
the 80s.
Straight back.
Yes.
Maybe.
Straight backs.
So how tough is his point guard, Kyle Lowry, because he's going home to Philly tonight, okay? So is he going to come up big in Philly?
Yep.
Where he played his college basketball?
I need to keep his emotions in check because sometimes we go home, we buy all these tickets, we want everybody,
Can be challenging.
yeah, take it
Get
out.
that home cooked meal though.
Ooh.
You be feeling real good.
What you think they're going to have, oxtails?
Man, that sounds so
Boy,
good
I remember
right
a
there.
whole lot of games for the Raptors when Kyle Lowry just sort of fell apart.
Oh,
I don't know.
Hold on, Skip.
Huh?
But against who? Who did he fall apart? Who did he fall apart against?
That guy.
Oh yeah, what's his name? Like,
The Cakewalk King. That's who he was. King of the East.
That is a good point about Kyle Lowry because he's been hit and miss, and he has to play well for them to advance. He can't pull a disappearing act.
No.
I mean, and if he's not scoring, he has to be on the defensive end causing havoc.
well, what about your guy
being a leader?
Danny Green? What he gonna do? Besides go 1 from 8 from 3 and miss a wide open.
Well, he missed 3 wide open shots. He missed 3 shots. I'm telling you, he's kicking himself if he had those 3 back because they were great looks. The ball was passed right where it's supposed to be. He didn't have to reach for it and do anything else. Catch and go up, catch and shoot, and he missed 3 of them. He makes one of those 3 that we having a different conversation. The Raptors up 2-0 going to Philly, but that ain't the case. He has to find his shot because he hasn't been looking. When he's shooting, it doesn't look comfortable. It's almost like you know how it gets in your head like, I got to take this wide open. My thing been off lately. That's what it's looking like.
I still love Danny Green. I'm going to say nothing bad about Danny Green.
Oh, but you're going to talk about his partner, his best friend.
It's his best friend. I have a conflict of interest. Because Danny Green is really a good guy.
Yeah,
And
so is Kawhi.
Well, he got to find his
quit on
shot.
anybody.
Kawhi's a good guy.
Well, you know how three-point shooters go. It comes and it goes.
Well, not at this time. It better
Well,
be
I
there.
know it better.
It can't come and go in the playoffs.
But look at old Kawhi.
Hey, well, does he not have the best co-star right now in the playoffs? Siakam? Is he not emerging as a
Siakam,
star?
Siakam,
baller.
good.
Huh?
Working.
He's averaging in the playoffs 23 and 8. Will that help?
Hey, y'all got the wrong guy.
Huh?
Y'all should have got Siakam. Y'all took Portal.
Oh, we're going to get DeRozan and Siakam?
Yep.
Oh, well, that would have worked.
That would have worked.
I think Toronto probably said no.
No, I bet you Toronto would have get to get Kawhi. I bet you they gave up Siakam.
I don't.
I don't know about that.
I'd have gave him up. I said, well, okay then, no deal. You want Kawhi, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, 27 years of age. You want him?
We just have to get rid of it.
Siakam will hold the deal up.
I just think it's
I
interesting.
would do it.
Vegas has been
I would
all
hold
over
it
the
up.
place with this game, too. It started with Sixers being favored,
Yeah,
and
now
then now
Toronto's
Raptors. And I mean,
It's because of Joel Embiid's knee.
And
So let me ask you a
Right.
question. So why is Vegas all of a sudden on Toronto? Do they want you to want your misery also?
They probably have inside information
About that knee.
that Joel Embiid's probably
That's
not
the worry.
right.
Yeah.
That's the worry
Yeah.
because
I mean, you're never even shocked when they say before the game, he's out tonight.
Right.
Okay.
when
That's
we
a
had
big-
Perk
He has to
on,
be healthy, man.
Didn't he mention something about how he should really, really take care of his weight and just how he wishes he could have done that?
You know,
Perk.
Perk did say that. I was
Yeah.
listening to that when he said he's absolutely right. I mean, you got to take some of that weight off them joints, them knees. You're pounding, you're running. He doesn't look the same. I seen Joel Embiid when he first got back. You know how he missed all those games, but when he first got back, his first year really playing a full season, I was at the Suns game and I watched him cover so much. He's nowhere near moving like that.
Wow.
Like he covered he went from sideline to sideline like that.
Yep.
There's no way he could do that now, and that's the problem because Gasol's going to pull him away from the basket. Now you put him in pick and roll. You go downhill at him, go at that knee. It's going to be interesting tonight.